So they are peaking.
Oh, they're all coming out.
Peaking Rowan crosses.
He is in your hair.
I know.
You should see him. So I ended up buying a new implement for the tractor, and this should speed up the fencing process. And we're using these old oil-filled pipes that we got painted up as our fence posts. And this is the Dan User T3 driver. This is a post driver skid steer attachment that's small enough that you can actually run it off of your tractor. So I saw this post driver earlier this year at the tractor show, and I had it in one of my videos. I had a viewer message me. They said they knew the owner of the Dan User company and that they had talked to him, and he ended up sending me the owner's contact information. So we messaged back and forth for a while. We want to make sure that the tractor had enough hydraulics to be able to run this post driver. And he was nice enough to give me a little bit of a discount, and I purchased this driver with my own money. It's not a sponsored video. And we're going to be using this to put in these old oil-filled pipes that we're using. This will do a 3-inch diameter max, and our oil-filled pipe, our biggest one, is a 2 7/8. So we're going to be running this thing basically to the max potential today. So I've got a total of 17 oil pipes that have been rust prevented and painted, and they are ready to go in the ground. This driver is going to speed the process up because we are not going to be pouring concrete or post holing, drilling holes in the ground. We're just going to take these pipes and drive them in the ground. The tricky part is going to be getting them plumb in the ground, get them straight up and down. They all slide when we pull them out, just like that. It's there.
Close enough.
All right, I'm gonna push down with the tractor.
You need to go back. Oh, you just went totally, like it's pushing it the wrong way. Yeah, you need to go back. Well, on this side it's more. I went to the paint, so.
Yeah. Okay, just a little more.
Okay.
All right, we just got our first post in. This is 2 3/8 pipe. This is our smaller pipe. The ground was actually soft enough we were able to push it in a couple feet just with the weight of the tractor. And it's been very rainy here lately, so we got really good conditions for this. But we did get it level, but the problem is the tractor, you know, it kind of swings outward as the loader goes down. So you about have to back up as you're driving it in to keep it plumb. But the first one went well. We got a lot more to go. One may be a little too far in. Oh crap. Well, that one drove harder. It actually lifted up on the front of the tractor trying to get that in the ground. Like a 1/4 inch too far. All right, we got our first 3 posts driven with the post driver. Now the first one, pretty soft soil. We were able to push in probably halfway before we even started using the post driver. Now these last 2, they ended up getting pretty firm as we got further and further down. It was actually starting to lift the front axle on the tractor. So definitely needed the post driver to get these in. It was not pushing in with the weight of the tractor on these 2 once you got down to the last couple feet. So definitely needed the post driver to be able to get these to these are 4.5 feet deep roughly. And we actually drove them a little deeper than what we wanted to. And we'll come back, we'll cut these off level, but this is gonna end up being a 3-post brace eventually, and we'll do that in another video. So now along this fence run right here along the driveway, it's about 125 feet, so we will need a support post right here in the middle. So we're gonna measure this out and we're gonna drive 1 more post.
My side's more level than your side.
My side's more level than your side. Left and right is really hard with that tractor because I can turn the wheels, just not even back up or nothing, just kind of turning the wheels kind of shifts the tractor, and it actually can move that bubble. My bubble's straighter than yours. So we got the 4th post in the ground. This was definitely the hardest one to drive in so far. I think we've got a method figured out. We've got this little post level on here. We face one side toward the cab of the tractor. I can actually see this bubble and I can know which way the post needs to go, left or right to me. And then Rebecca's on the outside and she's telling me which way the post is leaning, whether I need to go forward or back. And of course, as we lower this loader, we just basically have to continually back up. But I think we've got it down to a fairly good method. It does. What do you think that took? Probably a good 3 minutes to drive that post.
Yeah.
But it's in the ground, exactly where we wanted it. So I think it's working out pretty good so far. So on the front of the post driver, we've got this yellow chain. This is a plumb bob attachment. This is an accessory that I bought, and it can help you kind of judge whether the post is plumb or not from the tractor seat if you're trying to do this by yourself. But one of the problems we've had is we're driving our posts really kind of too low. We're going too far with them. And this gave me an idea. So I ended up getting a longer chain, and I've got it hung from this hook. I've got this one link spray painted right there orange, and that is the 5-foot mark. So when this chain is all the way down on the ground and this last link touches the ground, I know that it is 5 feet from the ground to the hammer that is like up inside of here. So I know that's the top of the post. So I think this is going to help be more consistent on the right height as we drive these. So we're going to go ahead and put the T-posts along this route, and we're going to use this chain as our guide for height, and we're going to see if it works. Very close, within an inch. Feels like I need to straighten it a little bit, but all right, we got our T-posts in through here. The chain hanging from the post driver will get you close, but it's not very precise. It'll get you within a couple inches. So in the end, you about just got to measure it every time, but at least it gives you something to gauge by, I guess. It's not perfect. So now we're gonna start driving posts for this fence that goes along the side of our driveway from basically up here at the workshop down to the barn. It's gonna be using the bigger 2 7/8 inch pipe. So this is gonna be pretty much the final test for the driver. We're gonna start off, we're gonna do an end post at each end, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start driving all the posts in between. These are a lot heavier to hold.
Let me get the pipe level on it.
There's a big difference in the weight of these two pipes. So the last post we drove were 9.5 foot post. These are a full 10 foot long post. What? What?
What's all that goo?
Grease. You grease it. It's got grease inside of it.
Hey, come down.
So the 2 7/8 pipe is a lot harder to drive. I had to actually lift the tractor up. The front wheels are off the ground. Most of the time I was driving this one just to get it at the 5 foot height. So there's a full 5 feet in the ground. And these just seem way sturdier than the 2 3/8. They seem to stay straighter and more plumb as you drive them too. They're harder to drive, but everything just stays straighter, more plumb as you're doing it with these bigger posts. They feel a lot better. So far so good, driving the 2 7/8 inch pipes in the ground as posts. We've got a total of 4 of those in the ground now. They're driving pretty hard being a bigger pipe, and we're getting I think about 4 beats a second with the hammer, and maybe 1/8 of an inch at a time when it's really deep in the ground like that. But it just keeps going. I mean, it's slow, but it keeps going, and eventually we get 5 feet in the ground. So these things are feeling really sturdy. I think these here are going to be a great fence brace when we get this all put together. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to go to the other end. We're going to start driving the rest of the posts, maybe all the way back here. It'd be nice to get all the posts in one day, and that definitely means we're speeding up the fencing process. So we just finished up. We got all of the pipe in the ground that we're using for fence posts. So we've got 3 at each end that are the larger pipe to build fence braces out of. And then we've got 4 through the middle. These are the smaller 2 3/8 inch pipe. We've got these every 72 feet. And then we'll put 5 T-posts in between each one of those. So the Dan User T3 driver worked exactly the way I wanted it to. I needed something to really drive T-posts originally, because I knew I was going to have about 300 T-posts to drive around this 12 acres. And I'm like, I am not doing that by hand. So I was looking at those gas-powered drivers with the little Honda engines on them, and yeah, they weigh like, I don't know what, 50 to 80 pounds, and then you lift them up over the post and then drive them down. with a little gas engine. And I was considering that. And those are comparable to price. A lot of those are comparable to this driver right here. At least the more commercial ones, or the more heavier duty built gas drivers, are comparable to the same price as this driver. And to me, having the weight of the tractor behind it and the driver was probably a big benefit. And then the other thing is, I'm not lifting anything. All we're doing is lifting the post up and getting it balanced and level. And then this does all the work. Now, it does take 2 people to be able to use this driver. There's no way I can probably get it positioned exactly right to be able to get the post up and inside it and where it needs to be. So this is really kind of a 2-person deal, but I think it saves your body too. As I get older, I'm thinking I need to get more and more stuff that just makes, maybe doesn't even speed up a job, but just makes it easier on me and my body, just, you know, physical labor wise. And this is definitely, this is not back-breaking work by any means. You're out here in the sun and you're carrying these pipes. That's about the hardest part of it. This does all the work. And yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with my purchase. I think this is going to come in handy through the years. We've got a lot of little fences and stuff that we can put in, and I think from now on I'll probably go with some of this pipe and we'll just drive it in, and it'll just make everything easier in the future. So for this post driver to work correctly, it requires a certain amount of hydraulic flow. They recommend 15 gallons a minute, and this will hammer at 6 beats a second. Now, my tractor is around 11 gallons a minute, maybe just under that. And you can see this hammered probably around 4 beats a second. I mean, it still worked. It didn't hammer as quickly, but it still got the job done. So it's 3 in the afternoon, and we've got a total of 14 fence posts pounded in the ground. I had 3 more over there, but they were 10.5 feet long. They were actually too tall for the tractor to get underneath the driver. So we'll end up using those probably for the horizontal braces. And we'll build those here in an upcoming video. We'll show you how we're going to put this all together. So it's the next day now. We had to quit early yesterday because we had plans to go over to Rebecca's brother's last night. And today, it's not quite a nice day. It's actually supposed to rain most of the day. It's just sprinkling right now. So I thought maybe while it wasn't raining hard, we'd go up front and we would put the caps on the top of these pipe posts. And that's what they look like. This is just a galvanized cap. You buy these for the size of your pipe, and you can see I've got a whole box full of these, and I think we'll just try to put them on with a rubber mallet. They do, they fit tight. They're made to fit tight so they don't come off, so we'll have to hammer them on there. Looks like it slides down about 1/4 of an inch on its own. Let's go on at an angle. Well, I'm a little disappointed it didn't go on perfectly straight on the top for some reason. So I'm gonna guess cutting these off with the plasma cutter, there might be some slightly jagged spots that are catching the cap a little bit. Well, that right there is the best looking one all so far. Well, I gotta admit, my OCD's kicking in a little bit, I think, on these pipe caps. I want them to sit perfectly straight. And that could be because maybe the pipes aren't cut straight, they're a little jagged. But to me, I look at them and it's like somebody that's got like their hat like on crooked or something, you know? Just OCD kicking in. So I think in the future, I'll just run a grinder around here and kind of smooth out the top of this. So hopefully these slide on just a little bit easier. I do think they catch on the edges, so. Well, what I think I figured out is I'm just not getting rough enough with them. They fit, they get caught on, you know, they fit really tight and they get kind of caught on there sideways. And the rubber mallet just may not be quite heavy enough. You got to swing it pretty hard, but I don't want to like damage them, right? I don't want to knock off the galvanization or dent them. So I don't think I just need to swing harder and I can get them on straight. All right, I got all the caps put on the posts that are ready for them, and I got them on straight. I just had to get fairly rough with a few to straighten them out. But let's go ahead. We'll go back up to the house. Rebecca's got something to show you guys.
He's looking in the camera. Don't jump out. So we had 7 duck eggs that we've been incubating, and 6 of the 7 hatched. We don't think the 7th one's going to hatch. So these are crosses. Oh. So they are Peking.
Oh, they're all coming out.
Peking Rowan crosses.
Yeah, so Peking's a white duck. A Rowan is a brown duck.
So we have lots of color variations. This one's probably the most Rowanish, but it's got a few little orange specks on its feet. This one's mostly got orange feet, but you can see its little beak. It's got a little black stripe.
Yeah, most of his feathers are yellow, which will turn out probably white, like a Peking.
Yeah, this one's pretty unique because it has the black legs, and it's got little orange web feet, and then it's got the little stripe down. It's...
They're handful.
They are.
They want to get out.
Yes, they are. They're ready to go.
Yeah, but the variations between their feathers and their bills and their feet, like this one right here, he's got almost all, black feet, like she said, and a lot of the other ones have yellow feet, orange feet.
Yes. But they're ready to go out into the brooder. So we're going to get them moved out there with a little wild duckling that we've had out there for a while. So hopefully they all get along. But I think the wild duckling will be happy to have some friends.
Yeah, got somebody to hang out with now.
Yes, and they're ready to eat.
Yeah, they keep eating Rebecca's ring fingers and
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Lower their light down. All right. So we've got 4 of our turkeys left. We did have another one die on us. And then we had one that was getting a crooked neck.
It's called rye neck.
Rye neck? Is that...
W-R-Y.
Okay. And Rebecca read on it, and it looked like it could be a vitamin deficiency, so we found vitamins to put in their water. Look at that. Yeah, where wants to fly. And he seemed to have come out of it. I think it was that one that I just had picked up. So the vitamins seemed to have fixed his crooked neck. It looked like an S, like a snake. I mean, it was just really, had like 3 big bends in it. And but the 4 that we have seem okay now, so we'll see. Hopefully we won't lose any more, but that's where we are on the turkeys that they hatched out in the school class. So the wild duck is over here in this corner. He's quite a bit bigger than these baby ducklings here, these little ones. So hopefully they'll get along.
Yeah, these baby ducklings just hatched out yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday afternoon.
They're day-old chicks.
Yep.
Day-old ducklings, yes. Yeah, so here's the wild duck that the cat dragged up here.
You should know we're not going to hurt you by now. Little fella.
Look at him.
I know.
He's like, I'm going to get you. I'm trying, isn't he? He got my skin. Yeah. Yeah. But that's the wild duck. He's definitely doesn't like people. He's not the same. You can tell he's not domesticated for sure. There you go. There's a size difference. Quite a bit difference.
No.
Yeah. But no, he's healthy. His wound's healed up. He'll be going back out to the pond, and we'll set him free pretty soon.
This one's in my hair.
Yeah. the duck whisperer here, Rebecca. He is in your hair.
I know.
You should see him. Yeah, Rebecca's been loving these ducklings for the last day, watching them hatch out.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. I hear you. All right, I'll put you down. You think I'm your mama duck?
Yeah, he's like thinking it's your feathers. He's gonna crawl up inside.
Yeah, I could put you under my hat.
Definitely instinctual.
Yeah.
Yep, he's just gonna disappear inside your
I
hair.
know. Okay, hold on. Hold
He's
on.
about to come out the other side. So those turkeys definitely got their feathers. They don't have a heat lamp no more.
Yep. They haven't had for
A week or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we may move them out of the brooder and out on like pasture or something here pretty soon. They're probably big enough they can go outside, and that's something we'll have to get ready. We still got to get ready for pigs. Pigs are supposed to be coming here like in the next video, probably.
Yeah.
Pigs will be here very soon. So we got a lot going on. It's going to be that busy season of spring. Still haven't cut hay. Everybody around me has cut their hay. I've been too busy working on fence. So everything, of course, is happening all at once like normal. And we're behind as normal. So a lot of stuff needs to get done, but we need the weather to cooperate too.
It's been very rainy.
It has been a wet spring.
Yes.
Very wet spring here. So, but anyway, I think that's going to probably be it for this video. Rebecca wanted to show you the ducklings. She has been, like, you can't pull her away from the incubator. She's just sitting there watching them crack the eggs.
Well, it's neat to watch. It's like watching a baby be born. It's
Yeah.
just fascinating.
But it was like a 36-hour baby being born. Like, that's how long it taken from pipping to finally kind of get out of the egg. It was like
Yeah.
over a day for them to get completely out of the egg.
Yep.
So she spent a lot of time with the incubator. You did.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
they're my baby ducklings.
Yeah, they are.
Hopefully they don't get eaten when they get out on the pond.
Yeah. Oh, and we got more animals coming because Rebecca likes to take everybody's animals that they want to get rid of. Like, you know, we're kind of like the wayward home for lost animals or something.
Well, we thought, you know, we needed some more ducklings. We've lost some ducks. So we hatched these out, these 6. But then I'm also getting 6 more from a friend.
Yeah.
And then we've lost a few cats. So gonna get some more cats.
Yeah. And those are going to be coming probably
In the next week.
In the next week too. So, yep. Who knows? I never know with Rebecca. She might come home one week and I find out we're getting something. As long as it ain't like a donkey.
Somebody tried to give me a baby deer this week.
A baby deer. I'm like, that is a good way to probably get in trouble.
We're like,
Right there.
I said no. I knew better.
Yeah, we ain't taking a deer. Well, the sad thing, well, I won't even get into it, but the dog kept bringing it back to their house. Like,
Yep.
So, anyway, yeah, you never know what Rebecca's gonna.
At least our dogs
Bring
haven't
home.
done that.
Yeah, at least no, they just bring
Only
home-
I bring home animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that's gonna wrap up this video, and hope you guys to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.